Good evening, everyone, and welcome to day two of the game plan event. I'm so sorry for the time gone already, but I hope you're here and ready to get the value as usual. We're going to be going deeper today, and I'll be introducing the third speaker for today, and she's going to be taking us on creating content that sells like crazy. Her name is Emekara Trust Chizaram, and she's just a short bio to introduce her. She's a business consultant, a copywriter, and founder who has worked with different entrepreneurs and businesses within and outside Nigeria. She strives in helping individuals identify their strengths in business and gain momentum by helping them find where they belong and build there. She offers one on one training on content writing and copywriting. She's the founder of the Learn to Earn apprenticeship program created for aspiring affiliate marketers, the Read to Lead book club for entrepreneurs and marketers, and also the founder of the Rebrand Yourself community for affiliate marketers and entrepreneurs looking to scale up their businesses. She believes that the only thing you cannot do are the things you haven't learned how to do. So, without further ado, I'll bring on stage right now Chizaram Trust Emekara. Let's just make her welcome and just help me welcome. We are both wearing glasses.
Asine, I need this.
All right, all right.
Hi. All
Sis.
right.
Yeah. Okay.
Good evening, everybody. Good evening. Good evening. Goodie. Thank you. Thank you for the introduction. And I sincerely want to appreciate you for this platform, for making this platform available for us in general to learn. Yesterday was awesome. I learned a lot from the mindset section to branding. It was awesome. It was so bad that network was actually disturbing us, but we thank God it was quite impactful. It was really, really impactful. So there's no need of introducing myself. You can call me Coach Trust, or you can just call me Trust. My name is Trust Emekara, and yes, I'm an Igbo girl. I am an Igbo girl. Anyway, I have limited time up my sleeve. I've been given the topic how to write content that sell like crazy. And one thing I actually put up on my status today, I was like, wow, this topic is interesting, very interesting, but there's just limited time. So let's see what we can do. I wish I could see the comment, but I would first thing I want to welcome you all again. And I want us to write in the comment section, I am a content creator. It's I am a content creator. Is it possible for me to see the comments? Will I be able to see the comments? I want to be sure that you guys can hear me. Okay, I guess I can't see the comments from my end, but it's cool. I want you to know first thing first that you are a content creator. You are already a content creator. You don't need a certificate to be a content creator. Are you seeing it? And the fact that you post things on social media, it can, even if it's birthday, you're posting and then your pictures, it's part of content. Are you seeing it? And like one of the speakers said yesterday, he said, you are already building a brand. Whether you like it or not, you're building a brand. Whether you know it or not, you're building a brand. Intentionally, unintentionally, as far as you're on social media, you're posting, you're building a brand. Same thing, you're a content creator. Even if the content is making you money or it's not money, you're still a content creator. And that today is actually very interesting. You're going to be learning how you can make your content start paying you. We all know that there are lots and lots of social media influencers that have a lot of followers, but nothing in their bank account. Why? Because they missed out on the part where they can use this. They don't understand that these people who are following them can actually pay them. And they don't know how to get these persons to pay them. One thing I experienced while I started my journey was that they were always telling me, give value, give value, give value. But they didn't tell me how to convert this value to become this persons I'm giving value to become paying clients. Please, the host, please stop me when it's time. I believe I'm to stop by 8:40, right? Please stop me when it's time. Just, I don't know how you're going to do it, but try to stop me so I don't eat the whole time. All right, so we're going to be starting with content creation. Content creation. I don't want to assume that everybody knows what content creation is, though with my explanation, I believe you should have an idea by now. It actually involves you strategically creating, let me call it content or let me just call it post, because that's what we are used to. And there are different, these things, you have an aim, you have a goal for creating this, and you put it on social media. It could be a write-up, could be a video, it could be a test, and then you put it, anything you create of that nature, and you put it out for other persons to see, and they're inspired, or they're learning one thing from it, or probably it's just like and comment. That's a content. Are you seeing it? So the definition here I said content is raw information packaged in a strategic way to convey a message. Raw information packaged in a strategic way to convey a message. You have something you want to share. You have something you want to say to the world or to maybe a group or whatever. And then you package it. It could be in video, any format of your choice. And then there's a message, and maybe in the end, you also have something you want to use it to achieve. That is content. And that's why I said in the beginning, you should write that I am a content creator. As far as you're in social media, you are a content creator. And you're not just a content consumer, you're a content creator. So let's move on. I'm just going to touch some few things so that we'll have foundational knowledge of what content creation is and how it works, before we can actually go deeper into how to make money from it. Now, we have different forms of content. I wish I can see the comments. Okay, we have different forms of content, and content comes first. Number one form, we have the video format, and here we have live videos, we have pre-recorded videos in any kind, and it can be jokes, whatever it is. That is the number one form of content. Another form of content we have is audio, and that's where you have content like music and podcasts. Are you seeing it? These are one of the forms you can take, which means you can write something and repurpose it to become a video, and it can also be made a podcast, and it can be, number three, a test. Number three form of content is a test. When I mean test, I mean written content, articles. This is the number three form of content, and that's what I call it the foundation, because that's where people just can write stuff and then convert it to become videos and other forms. Are you seeing it? So we have tests, and we have different platforms that accept, especially if you're on Twitter. You see more tests on Twitter. And then the last form, we have images. Images like pictures, artwork, things like that. They are content. So when you put up, that's why I said you are a content creator. Even if the only thing you do is to snap pictures and put it on Facebook, it's content. There are persons liking it. You are keeping people busy. Are you seeing it? Now, there are also, aside the types of content, forms, I just concluded on the forms of content. We also have types of content. And types of content, we have jokes. We have statistics, we have industrial news. Are you seeing it? We have things we call value posts. We have educational posts. We have motivational posts. Are you seeing it? Okay, let me stick to what I have to keep you guys off. We have how-to videos, whereby, take for example, I think there was a time when this thing light on people's head was raining, especially for people carrying natural hair. And imagine what do you call them? A stylist, a hairstylist, doing a live video and teaching people how to kill lice on their hair. That's a how-to video. Are you seeing it? It's a how-to video. So we have a how-to video. I've talked of industrial news. We have testimonials. Pardon me, I'm trying to rush because of time. We have testimonials. Testimonials can be from persons, maybe you are into sales or marketing, and then there are persons who have used your product and they actually enjoy. Are you seeing it? Maybe send you a testimonial and you go up, you put it on your platform and decided to talk about the testimony, or you just put the picture. I don't really like putting the picture. I prefer to talk about the testimony in front of a story. That's actually what makes more impact. Are you seeing it? So these are types of content. And remember, any type of content can come in any form. Remember, the forms are different. Please, hope you're following. Okay, I wish I'm seeing the comments. I wish I can see the comments. Let me see. Oh, awesome. I can actually see it. Wow. Thank you for this. Thank you. Awesome. So let's move in. How can we make money from content? We don't want to be the kind of influencers who have 2 million followers, 10,000 followers, and yet nothing in our bank account, right? So that's why we're here. How can we make money? One thing in businesses is that, sorry, I'm a bit distracted here. Please, thank you. So making sales in businesses is the main. As a content creator, you're not just going to maybe waste your time. This thing, you start down to create it. Are you seeing it? And there should be a goal. What's the goal? Most times as an entrepreneur, you have a business that you're trying to drive clients to. So you have a goal, and the goal is to make sales. The goal, hope I'm not rushing this. Hope I'm not too fast. Hope you guys are following, please. I'd like to hear if you're following. Please type. I'm so grateful that I can see the comments. All right. So our aim is actually to make sales. We are not here just catch cruise. We are not here to catch cruise. We are here to make sales. We are here to make money. Whatever content you're putting in, it's like you're trying to build KLT, know, like, and trust. You're trying to get them to know you, to like you, and to trust you in order for them to do business with you, in order for them to buy what you're selling, in order for them to interact with your services, pay for your services, pay for your software. That's why you're here. You're not just here to catch cruise. Okay, there are persons who come to catch cruise, but truth be told, there are other persons who are making money from their catching. So it's intentional. You shouldn't be on social media to catch cruise. You should be intentional with what you want to do. Are you seeing it? What you're doing on social media. Don't just be there to give to just post pictures and the rest. People are making real money from social media, and you can be one of them. You can be one of them. All right, so let's move on. There are things you need to know if you are going to start earning from your content. There are things you need to know, especially if you're a marketer or an entrepreneur or whatever it is you do. There are things you need to know. And one of these things is that, I think I need to put my phone on do not disturb. Please pardon me while I do that. Okay, thank you. So there are things to, and one of them is that the kind of content you create should resonate with your target audience. Now, when I say target audience, I don't want to assume that everybody understands what target audience means. Now, let's take, for example, a nurse, or okay, let's use a nurse or a health professional. Let's leave nurse now. A health professional that is on social media, and this health professional wants to promote a product called How to Prevent Vaginal Injuries During Childbirth. And take note, she is a health professional, and the product she's promoting, the product she sells, or whatever, let's call it sell. The product she sells is how to prevent vaginal injuries during childbirth. Now, who are going to be her target audience? Who? her target audience, or should we call it her customer avatar? Let's take, for example, let's call it her target audience, because that's what I'm trying to explain to you guys. Her target audience are not men. You have to narrow it down. They are not men, because men do not have vaginas. Are you seeing it? And we never have issues with vaginal injury. Are you seeing it? So her target audience are not just any kind of woman, not just any woman. Because there are women who don't even have a womb, so they will never have any reason to have vaginal injuries. Her target audience are expectant moms. And not just any kind of mom. There are some moms who are better. 20 children, they don't want again. So her target is okay. Oh no. Oh my God. I'm so sorry for that. I took my phone. Guys, can you hear me, please? Can you hear me? I'm back. Oh, somebody decided to call. Somebody that has not called for years. Oh my God, I am so sorry about that. Guys, can you hear me now? Please, I would like to see in the comment section if you can hear me now. Somebody that has not called me for long is saying, remember to call me. Even after putting my phone, no. Please, if you can hear me, type I can hear you. Please. If you can hear me, type I can hear you. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, please? Am I back? Not today. Can you hear me? Splendor, excuse me. Drop that thing and leave here, please. Guys, can you hear me? I need to be sure that you can hear me. I guess I might need to rejoin. Please type I can hear you. Wow, our time is going. Our time is going. Awesome. I'm a content creator. Maybe I would need to rejoin. Let me rejoin. Okay, I can hear music in the background. Guys, can you hear me? Yes, it took me before. Let me see. Oh, okay, you can hear me. Oh, all right. Awesome. Awesome. Thank you for that. I needed to know if you can hear me. All right, so can we continue? If you can hear me, tap let's fly, let's fly, let's fly, let's fly. Okay, we can. All right, so we are going, let's shoot. So as I was saying, for that nurse, her target audience are expectant moms. Are you seeing it? Women who are pregnant. And her kind of content will need to satisfy their needs. Are you seeing it? Her kind of content are content that will call them out. Notice it will be strange if she's writing content for men that are suffering from gonorrhea. That word, gonorrhea. Are you seeing it? It will be strange. Are you seeing it? So her target audience are expectant moms. So I hope with that I've been able to explain what a target audience is. The persons who need what you're selling, the persons who need your service. Are you seeing it? They are your target audience. Now, how do you now get them? How do you not? All right, okay. How do you not get their attention? How do you not get them to patronize you? How? Now, First things first, you need to understand them. For you to put out content that attracts these persons, you need to understand them. You need to understand their pains. You need to understand what gives the problem they are currently going through. You need to understand what makes them happy. You need to understand the questions they are asking. Most especially, the questions they are asking. What questions are your target audience asking? What is their pain? And also, you need to understand your own product. What are you solving for them? What solution are you offering? What transformation are you offering these persons? Guys, I hope you're following me. Hope you can hear me, please. I don't want to be talking to myself. I need to be sure that you guys can hear me. We have limited time. Okay, I want to believe that you guys can hear me by God's grace. Amen. Prayer point that you guys can hear me. So let's continue. So, as I was saying, you need to get in front of your target audience. First thing, you need to understand their pains. You need to understand what makes them happy. And then you write this thing down. Number one, you write them down. Are you seeing it? You have to write them down. Write out the objections, the questions they are asking. Write out the problems they are actually going through. Write out the transformation you expect them to see. Are you seeing it? You need to write these things down. What are their desires? What are their pains? Do they have objections? Write it down. That's what you use in creating content. Because truth is, let's take for example, Facebook. One thing I observe about Facebook is that, and I believe it works with other social media platforms. And the thing is that what Facebook does is that if you call yourself a copywriter, you are in need of clients. Facebook will help you. But the only way they can help you is if you are putting out content that these persons need. Are you seeing it? If the kind of content you're putting out are, take for example, 3 reasons why your website is not converting. 3 reasons why your copy isn't converting. The copy on your website is not converting. And you give out that value. Are you seeing it? These persons who need it are the persons who Facebook, you start getting friend requests from companies who need a copywriter. You start getting friend requests from people who need the services that you render. Are you seeing it? If you're doing how-to videos, it's persons who are searching. One thing you need to understand is that some of these social medias are connected. That's why you can be on WhatsApp and you put something on your status. I need so and so. And then next thing on Facebook, you start getting Facebook ads, people who are selling that kind of thing, promoting those kind of things as ads. Are you seeing it? So that is why you need to be able to narrow down your content to the persons who need it. The products you are selling, whatever content you are putting out there should be for these persons who need it. You are not talking to anyone, to everyone. Pardon me. You're not talking to everyone, but you are talking to a specific set of persons. And whenever you're putting out content, you should consider their needs. What will attract them to you? Take for example, you are let's take our health professional. She needs to connect with persons. Her target audience are women, expectant moms. Are you seeing it? And now she's now in a group where they offer copywriting, where they teach copywriting. Is it not crazy? How do you expect to attract your target audience in this kind of group? And then you want things that are no, you are. In fact, you're even to confuse Facebook's algorithm. You're going to oh God. Okay. Well, are we please? Can you hear me now? Can you? Question time. Oh, 5. Yeah, 5 minutes. Okay, it's 8:31 here. I think I have 9 more minutes. Okay, so let's continue. Another thing I want us to work on, aside positioning yourself in front of these persons, you want to have what is called a one-liner. A one-liner is a one sentence, it's just a sentence that tells people who you are, that tells people who you see. Pardon my background noise, there are children in the house. A one-liner tells people who you are, who your ideal customer is, their pain points, the transformation they are expected to get. Oh, okay. Mario, are you talking? All right. Sorry, I'm confused myself. Your one-liner says, let's take for example, there are 4 steps in creating a one-liner, and the first is your character. About who you are trying to help. For example, I help so and so. And then the second step in creating your one-liner, after saying who you help, is the problem that your ideal customer is going through. I help so and so who are so and so. Take for example, I help busy moms. Should we use busy moms? Okay, let's take persons who are looking for a job. I help job seekers. Are you saying this is a one line? I help so and so with your idea. I help job who are tired of being rejected. Now the who is what's the problem they are currently going through, what's their pain. What pain are you trying to solve? Are you seeing it? So I help job seekers who are tired of being rejected. So number 1 is the character, and the character talks about who you're trying to help. And then number 2, pain, the problem that they are currently going through. And then number 3, the plan. Problem, character, problem, plan. First character, I help job seekers. Problem, who are tired of being rejected by their recruiting officer. By creating so and so, what's the plan? How do you go about helping them? It doesn't have to be, remember, it's just a sentence. That's like for the one-liner. So, what do you do to help this person? Are you saying what this person? By creating or helping them rearrange their CVs in a way that they can easily be accepted. And then the solution, that's it, the last one, which is the 4th step, is the solution. About the transformation that they will get after you have done that plan, after they have done this step through. And this can be so that they can land their dream jobs. Remember, character, problem, plan, and then transformation or solution. I help job seekers who are tired of being rejected by helping them rearrange their CV or rewrite their CV so that they can stop being rejected and be able to land their dream job. Are you seeing it? So that is your one-liner. And where your one-liner comes in when creating content, that take for example, you're doing a live video, and then you introduce yourself. You talk about the topic you want to handle. Time. Okay. It's question time. Oh, let me see. Okay, I'm almost done. Please. Okay, so when you do this, take for example, you're putting on a live video or even a video, you can add this. When you add it, it makes it easy for person to start talking about you. They understand. All right. So they understand. Okay, I see that. They understand what you're trying to do. Like they understand who you're trying to help. It's like you're calling out the target audience. They understand who you're trying. In fact, they would even start telling persons about you because they feel like they understand you. They understand who you're trying to help, and if you that kind of service, it becomes easy for them to refer that person to you. Are you seeing it? And one other thing that we take for granted when it comes to content and social media is our profile. Are you seeing it? It is our profile. You want to look like what you offer. If you
say I am this, you need to it. Let your profile picture not carry somebody that is online. Everybody is afraid of someone. So you want to present yourself as somebody that should be. Are you seeing it? So that is one thing you need to understand and learn to educate your target audience, and also make them product aware. In your content, talk about their problems, talk about the objections they may be having. You also want to tell them about their problem. I mean, the product, your product. Okay. You want to tell them about your product, the product you have. Are you saying that not their problem? And don't be afraid to sell. Don't be afraid to sell. Your content should be driven. You can use your personal content, your personal story, your own experiences. Don't need to share them. Are you saying that's what makes you unique? That's what makes you stand out? It's easy for you to go and copy somebody's post, but please don't do that. Please don't do that. What you need is your personality inside your content. Even if you got idea from one place or the other, put a little part of your personality. It is you that people are you saying it is you that we trusted. It is you they want to know. It is you that they want to love. What they can do. Are you saying so if they understand you, it will be difficult for them to buy from you. So you want to be sure that you are not hiding under a shadow. You want to be sure that people understand who you are, have personality. Let your avoid using big grammar. Avoid using big industrial jargons. Put it down. Keep it simple. If you're using pretty content, whatever, even when doing a live video, watch your words. Are you seeing it? And be able to narrow down your kind of words you use to your target audience. Take for example, you are selling to musicians. You want to tell them that the product that helps them get more gigs. Instead of saying, are you a musician looking to get more jobs? It doesn't relate to them. You are supposed to gigs, not jobs, because that's what relates to musicians. So you want to understand and speak the language of your target audience. And like I said, always have an offer. You can buy in the beginning of the month, you can draft out an offer you're going to give. And then every content you are putting out should align to that offer. So that when you bring the offer, it becomes easy for them to accept it. Because of time, I think I've talked about making them product aware. So I think we're going to call it short. And please always use a one-liner. When persons ask you, what do you who are you? Don't just say I'm this, I'm that. No. How do you help them? Because if you're that, ask God, after you said I'm an accountant, they would still want to know more. So it's best to use a one-liner. I help so and so who are in need of, or who so and so, by creating or by doing so and so that they can so and so transformation. Are you saying it? And with that, you will have people who are your brand evangelists, people who are telling other persons, referring more persons to you. So this is where my time died. Actually, my time is over. And please, any questions? Can we take questions? I hope you guys got value. If you got value, I want to see value in the comment section. There's so much to talk about, but there's limited time. So, if you got value, can I see in the comment section? And feel free to ask your questions.
Wow. That was a lot. That was okay. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay. Can you hear me? Okay. So thank you so much. Thank you so much, Coach Trust. Like that was a lot to be squeezed into the time. I totally understand because there's a lot about content creation, content writing to actually share. Nobody can do that within 30 minutes. So you really try to give like a lot of things within that time. um one thing that really stood out for me out of everything you said was the fact that you can have like millions of followers and no money in your bank account. So that really stood out for me. So meaning that like you can actually have like millions of followers, and if you don't know how to, sell your service, sell yourself, or sell your product, there's no money for you, because that's actually the essence of you creating content, right? So if I know that you guys must have picked that part of when she was also sharing with us. So do you have any questions? We're just going to be taking one question for now, just one question, so we can move on to the next speaker. If you have any question, is there any question? Okay, all right. Is there any question? Okay. It seems like there's no question. Maybe they're going to drop it in the WhatsApp group later, and then we'll deal with the questions, I guess. All right. So thank you so much, Coach Trust. Thank you so much. All right. Thank you very much for everything that you shared. Honestly, one thing I forgot to even mention is the fact that Coach Trust actually taught me content writing. Like, I mean, from scratch, we have to like submit every day for her to like proofread and edit my content. That's one thing I forgot to mention. So you can see that I brought my own teachers here, people that actually know the stuff, not just people that just talk. I mean, people that actually talk and have results. So she has actually gone on to mentor like a lot of people in content writing. If you need her help, getting started with content writing, you can reach out to her. We're going to be dropping the contact of all the speakers so you can connect with them personally. All right. So thank you so much, Coach Trust. And now we are going to be moving to the final speaker for tonight. We're going to move into the final speaker. The person I'm about to introduce, honestly, um, it's kind of heavy for me to introduce her, but I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that either ways. So next speaker is going to be speaking on building your global brand. Building your global brand. And it's not just for the title's sake, but it's because she has actually built a global brand. She's one of the top 50 influencers by Engati, I think this year. Her name is Vivian Claire Okeke. She's the co-founder of Black Owned Digital, a multimedia and tech company that combines skills from different tech enthusiasts to provide brand owners with a solid online presence. According to Vivian, no company ever gets it right from scratch. They either offer employment or fund business, but who will educate these individuals and still employ them? So, and apart from that tenet, she believes that every youth should be trained, employed, and funded to upscale their career. She is also a human marketer, a brand consultant, a business strategist, and a believer. So I'm going to be welcoming Vivian Claire. She's going to be the next voice you're going to hear right now, speaking on building your global brand. She didn't want me to read everything. She didn't want me to expose her. So,
No, 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 don't do that, please.
all right, so take over, Claire.
All
We're
right.
here for
Thank you so much for that wonderful introduction. I mean, Goody King is full of goodness. What? I see James here. James Eshet is ready. Who else is ready for this section? Because I don't know, is it just James that is here? Who else is ready to start the journey to building a global brand? Who else is ready? So quickly, I'll go over what we have today, building your global brand. But before I start, I would like you to know that there are some things you have to realize before you go on to building your global brand. See, the problem is that people don't want to build brands anymore. People just want to sell products, forgetting that building is a process, and before you actually sell, you have to build first. Yeah, Faith. I see you, Faith. I see you, Olayemi. I see you, Dochuku. Thank you, thank you. I'm feeling the vibe tonight. I was cold before, that's why I'm wearing sweater, but I think it's hot now because of the energy in this room. Thank you so much, everybody. So yeah, like I said, people don't want to build brand. They just sell. Products are definitely going to come up. It's Amazon KDP to marketing. I might come and take over it. You have no assurance what, but building your brand is like building your own house. You're sure that from now you have something to fall back to. And that's why you should think of building a brand and not just selling products. Okay, so let's go biblical. The Bible says a man's gift will make room for him. And I want to ask you, what gifts do you have and what are you going to do with it? So the Lord has given everybody here different gifts, and it's up to you to brand that gift and make it go global. Your job in this life is not to promote, but your job is to expose your gifts and use it to make room for yourself. Yeah, use your gift. See, people who struggle to build global brands are people who move from one spot to another. There's always going to be shiny objects, like there's always going to be one thing or the other to sell. But unless you build a brand, you're just going to be following other people. No doubt, there's some people that their calling is to follow people, but then, yes, I feel like there's more to you. So you see, people tell you things like, "I just made 90 million naira from this product. I'm doing this now. I've made 3 million naira. I've done 1 billion naira." They are actually making money from that because they've built a brand, and then you follow them. Tomorrow you're like, "I'm not getting results." How do you get results when you're not consistently building a brand? First of all, let me define what a brand is. A brand is a trustworthy asset built over time, capable of influencing decisions. A brand is a trustworthy asset built over time, capable of influencing decisions. Let me tell you a quick story. A friend of mine reached out to me and he was telling me about this other friend that saw an advert of build your website for 10,000 naira. And this my friend is someone that builds websites for about 600K. And he told me that when his friend saw this advert, his friend was mad. Like his friend was, well, who builds a website for, why are people so cheap? And I was like, you don't have to worry about that because someone will see that advert of 10,000 naira, pass it and come to you that has a brand to patronize you, even if it's 500K. Because people value trust. They want to know that whatever service they're rendering is going to be in the right place, it's going to be in the right hand. They can trust you. Let me tell you a story from my childhood, a lesson I learned from my mom. So we saw this vehicle. We are going to the village and we boarded a branded vehicle that cost 15,000 naira. And as we were going, I saw these other vehicles shouting Owerri, Onitsha, because that's around my village part. Owerri, Onitsha, 4,000. Shocked. I was a little girl then. I asked my mom, why do we have to pay 15,000 naira for this when there's a vehicle that's going to the same direction, the same, they both have four wheels, the same physical condition, and why do we have to pay more for that one? My mom told me something that I won't forget in a hurry. She said, that cheaper vehicle develops a fault on the road, no one will come and pick you. But if this branded vehicle develops a fault, you can call the company. See, the same vehicle, the same cost of fuel, the same road, different prices, different perceived value. Why? One is a brand, the other one is a mere product. One is a brand, the other one is a mere product. See, focusing on building your brand is not the same as chasing different gigs. You will run out of chasing gigs. You will burn out. I'm telling you, you will burn out. This is the same reason why someone would offer their service for 1,000 naira, and another person will offer that same service for 100,000 naira, and people will still choose to go to that 100,000 naira person. That person spends less time, sometimes less value, but they attract premium clients. Why? They have a brand, and the person that's chasing gigs is just chasing products, selling products, no brand. So I hope I've been able to establish the reason why you have to build your brand. So let me go over to 7 steps to building your global brand. And the first one is build trust. It's very important. When I started, I defined brand as a trustworthy asset built over time, capable of influencing decisions. While branding is positioning for the future. So you can't build a house unless you've laid foundation. That's what branding is. Branding is you're just positioning. Coach Trust talked about creating content. That's positioning. So when you make an offer and people go back to your LinkedIn profile, they go back to your house, they see that, oh, this person has actually laid lots of foundation. I can trust this person with my product. Why brand is an asset? Once people hear things like Tesla, people, even if Tesla decides to start selling laptops tomorrow, nobody is going to care. I mean, Elon Musk says he's building somewhere in Mars. Nobody cares, but they're going to patronize him. Why? Because he has already built a brand. He built a brand first before chasing. So you have to deliberately position for your future, which is branding. How do you build trust? I mean, nobody knows your name right now. It's just you. How do you build trust? So the first way to build trust is number one, incubate and learn, volunteer and do stuffs for free. See, don't mistake internships for stupidity or people that do free stuff for they don't have sense. They do. So when you volunteer, you're building yourself, not the company. When you volunteer, you're building yourself, not the company. And that's the best way to build trust. You don't volunteer because you want to help the company, you're helping yourself. When you volunteer, show up and make sure you get results for that company. Don't just wear the name badge like I'm a volunteer at Pan African Nations Volunteers Group. And then when they ask you, do the organizers know you? No. Do they recognize your work? No. Can they recommend you? No. You're just wasting your time. You're not volunteering. You're just part of the members of the volunteers group. So for you to be more intentional about your work and to get results and to build that trustworthy asset that can charge 1 million naira and people will still say yes, you have to build trust. You have to get those testimonials. So I'll give you a task tonight. Yeah, I'll give you a task. Reach out to any volunteering group and make sure you stay consistent. There are so many people out there looking for who to work for them. Just work for them and get that result for yourself. The good thing about getting result for yourself is that it makes you more confident to even charge your worth. Unless you've gotten results, you still think that your service is worth 10,000 naira, while someone else is making 1 million naira. So look for who you can volunteer for, who you can serve. Just reach out to anybody. It can be your mentor, it can be somebody. Just tell them that you'll feel guilty if you don't work for them for a period of time. Let that person make sure you get results for that person or that organization. And the next step to building your global brand is the next step is really, really very important. And I don't know if you're getting value. I'll continue. So create content around your experience. Create content about what you've worked for. The reason why you want to do this is because you don't want to keep that testimonials in your sleeves alone. Nobody's going to trust you if they can't see your work. Create content, share your experience. Oh, I volunteered at this organization, I did this, I did that, I worked with this mentor of mine, I was able to achieve. Even if the result is like as little as growing their brand from 0 to 1,000, it will mean a lot. Even if you're looking for a job in the future, when you share those case studies, nobody will ask you for why should I hire you and those plenty questions. So I need you to do that. Create content after you've built trust. Yeah, when I got a client recently, and he just went straight to the point. He was like, he had read my content. He had read my content on I see Nana. Nana says value, value, value. I'm glad you're getting value. He read my content on branding, and the first message he sent to me was, would you be available to discuss a project? That was it. We discussed the business and we're working together now. Why did he have so much confidence to go straight to the point? Why didn't he ask for a CV, a cover letter, or those plenty long things? Why? Because I've built a brand, and then he knows that he can trust me straight away. Remember the first step: build trust. Look for who to volunteer. Look for how to get experience. Experience matters. Don't let anybody deceive you. You need to get experience and create content. Trust me, people are creating content, but very few people are creating content that people can trust. Happiness is get having network issues. Sorry. The third step to building your global brand is build networks. Trust me, people don't bite. There are networks that you should get into. And there are some networks that you have to pay for, and that is called mentorship. Don't be afraid to pay for it. See, I always thought that there are free knowledge on YouTube's, on course platforms like Udemy. There are free knowledge there. Why should I ever pay someone to learn from them? Well, I've realized that when you pay people, not only do you pay attention, you download their years of experience, their years of trials and error. You boycott those things. Yeah, you boycott the knowledge. That's something. Mentorship is. Someone told me mentorship is pure leverage. Like, very true. Build networks, even if it means paying for it. Being in the same room with your mentor or hearing me speak is different from being in the same room with me. It's too different. Like, you can't produce excellence unless you've been in a class of excellence. You can't. Okay, let me give this. You go to a music center or a party and you see a magician doing magic, like doing all those their very funny things, and you spend 2 hours looking at them. You've listened to their incantations, you've watched them do the magic. I'll ask you, will you be able to do that? Will you be able to do that magic because you've spent hours watching them? No. What you watched was the result. You did not watch the process. It's just like you seeing a produced Gary and you think that because you've seen this Gary, you know how it looks, you can actually make it. No, that's not true. So mentorship is letting someone share their secrets, their years of experience, so that you can build the global brand that you want. Step one, build trust. Step two, create content around the trust you've built. Step three, build networks. I'm loving this community already. Thank you very much for everybody that's sending message. Joy, James, John, happiness. Thank you so much. And take out time to reach out to people you admire. Tell them how much you want to build a brand like them. And if they have a course, pay for it. See, my way of teaching is different because I like to give you action steps, like things you can implement right away. The first thing I told you is to build trust, look forward to volunteer. The second thing I'm telling you right now is to create content around your experience, share your experience working with people. There are two different things. You can create content 1 million times and people will still see your content and they're like, okay, this is great value. I got value from this content. But trust me, you're not there to receive value. You're there to receive money. So you need to share those testimonial. Testimonial is ginger people to pay for your service. You're like, if she can get this result for this person, she can get it for me too. You don't only share testimonials in your posts, you can share testimonials when you're having conversations with people. You never know who is your client. And we're still in build networks, right? You need to build those networks. It's really important. You can't say you want to build a global brand and the people in your network or people that see your post and people that engage with your content are people like in Emeka looking for a job. I hope there's no Emeka here. Or someone like Chidima, student at UKC. Those people can't hire you. They can't promote your, like, they can't give you the kind of um, results you want from your brand. So ensure that the people who see your content are people that can afford your service. If not, go out there and connect with people that can afford your service. If it means paying to get into their network, do that. Yeah. The fourth thing is learn the strategies that work. Learn the strategies that work. There's something that people don't understand. The thing is, the problem is, oh, my skill is not working, I need to learn a new skill. Or, oh, my product is not working, I need to change products. That's not the problem. You need to learn strategies that work. If you keep hopping around, you keep paying for courses, paying for skills, and you'll never get results. You need to learn those strategies that make people great. Yeah, you need to. Working for people doesn't mean that you work for them for life. You just need to, I don't know how to explain this. Lots of people finish from school and the next thing they want to do is they want to be called an entrepreneur. Kudos. The next thing they want to do is they want to build their own company. Kudos. It's very possible. But the truth is, it's going to take you a longer journey. What I would recommend is look for a company or somewhere you can work and learn those strategies. They're important. If not, you keep looking for the next selling thing, the next selling item. And trust me, they will just keep collecting money from you. There's always going to be shiny object. There's always going to be shiny objects. Unless you've stick to something for a couple of years and you're sure it's not going to work, don't change. Don't change, because the more you change, you just keep rolling like a fan and people are making money, but you're like, how are they doing this? How? Those people, like I said earlier, they build a brand. Stick to something, be consistent at it, and ensure that you've learned the strategies, everything you need to learn. Everything. You can't learn everything, but you can learn the most. Yeah. And the fourth thing is to build the right audience. You don't want people that can't pay for your service in your network unless you're someone that impact and share inspirational quotes and something like that. But this is where people get it wrong, right? They come on LinkedIn and they see people sharing inspirational quotes and they say, oh, I think this is what's working because that person has lots of likes. Trust me, there are some people that their destiny is to be an influencer. There are some people that their destiny is to have followers. But unless you want to be an influencer or an inspirational leader, you should create content around what you do, not just those inspirations. Inspirations will get people happy, get people motivated, but they are not always going to give you the results you want. Thank you, Belle. Thank you, Faith. So create content around what you do and don't just stick to inspirations every day. You can mix it, stick to inspiration and create content around what you do, and testimonials and case studies. They are really, really very important. Thank you, Pearl. Thank you, Pearl. I love the energy in this room as well. So that's basically it. I don't know if someone can write it from number 1 to number 5. I said the first thing I said is build trust. The second thing, create content around the trust you built. The third thing is build network. The fourth thing is learn strategies. And the fifth thing is build the right audience. Thing I told you I'm going to be sharing, and I hope there's time, but I'll try to give as much value as I can. I want people to you can't build forever. You can't build forever. You're not a bricklayer. You can't build forever. That's so true. Unless you add a figure to your knowledge, people will classify you as free. When they think of free, they come to you. When they have a project that has money, they go to another person. So you need to add a figure to your knowledge. If you find yourself building for more than 5 years, like you're consistently creating content, you're doing great things, but your bank account is not seeing the results you want, then you need to find a mentor, because obviously you're being consistent in the wrong direction. So you need to ensure that it's going to sell, and then you need to add a figure to your knowledge. The truth is, you can't tell people that the value of your knowledge is 5,000 naira, and they'll say, "Oh, I like it so much. Take this 500k." It doesn't work. It doesn't work. You need to you need to follow this process, these 7 steps exactly. And then when you get to the point where you have to sell, don't be afraid to sell, and sell with your full chest. Because unless, like I said earlier, unless you add a figure to your knowledge, people will never pay you for it. Never. On, even in charity, they have to do advertisement before people before people come and donate. So unless you add that fee, you're just going to be building like a big bricklayer, and you'll not get the results you want. The sixth thing I want to share is fill your circles with role models. Change your circle and have conversation with those you want to be like. It's really important. I encourage good conversations. So if you've had a call with me or a message, you'll know that it's value. We're talking business. We're not talking. I don't enjoy. In short, let's just say I value good conversations. And for you to get to the point where you are, you have to fill your circle with the right people. Someone reached out to me one time and he said he wants to start making money online. I said, okay, ask him, why in your circles? He said he's a supervisor. So the people in his circles are teachers, proprietors. I mean, I'm like, you want to start making money online, and people in your circles are people that still make money offline, people that still depend on salary alone. If you really want to, I told him, if you really want to start making money online, you have to change your circles, because trust me, we become who we listen to, whether you like it or not. If you spend time with very nonsense people, you might end up like that. Let me not say will. Fill your circle with role models. People always want to connect. Reach out to them, have conversations. If you want a job in the bank, reach out to someone there, have conversation with that person. If you want to start making millions, reach out to someone that does and have conversations with them. It's really going to be important. I told him the same thing, and he started intentionally reaching out and connecting to people who are making money online. And I was so glad when he reached out to me and said he got a gig, and I think it was $300 to do something for a company. And I was so glad, because if you continue in the wrong circle, they will be your motivation. If you spend time with bricklayers, your motivation will be that you have to do the hard work, like you have to carry plenty block to make plenty money. That will be your motivation. If you spend time with internet marketers, your motivation will be like you just have to press your system very well and have the right strategies. You'll make the money. You will make more. So whichever person in your circle are the people that will motivate you. I did something different this year. I cleaned my contacts. I noticed that the people in my circle were people that were not interested in digital marketing or online stuff. They were more interested in other things. So I deliberately cleaned in short, I offed my Google contacts, so I could not get a contact from old people. I think my time is up already. So I did that. The only people that to me, and those that reach out to me, of course, I saved their contact, and I deliberately reached out to people that I admire, I wanted to be like. So that's really important if you want to build a global brand. Fill your circles with role models. So I want you to do that. Check out the people in your contact list. If you have 100 people, if 50 of them are not motivating you, just out to people that are going to motivate you. Unless you want to be a WhatsApp influencer or something like that, then you can have as many as thousands of people as possible. but it also has a psychological role to play because you just don't get the right motivation when you have the wrong people in your circles. So the sixth thing I want you to do is to reach out to people that matters, people you admire, and tell them you admire them. You want to have a conversation, and just know how to network with people. It's really very important. Like I said earlier, there's some to pay to enter, even if it's a course, even if it's a community, just pay to enter it because there's something I realized very, very recently is that I don't feel like sharing this. Okay, I'll share it. If you pay 1,000 naira for a knowledge, you will never charge more than 1,015 for that same knowledge. If you pay 40,000 naira for a knowledge, you will charge 40,000 naira or 50,000 naira. If you pay if you pay $1,000 for a knowledge, you don't need any motivational speaker to tell you that you need to charge $2,000 for your knowledge. So invest as much as you want to reap in yourself and invest wisely. The best form of investment will always remain self-investment. And unless you want to keep charging 1,000 naira, keep going for those 1,000 naira courses. But once you have the money, pay heavily for your knowledge. The truth is, they might actually teach you the same thing. Trust me, I will not lie to you. The knowledge might not be entirely different, but the motivation is different. You can't, you can't, even if someone gives you Vujo, you can't charge less than $1,000 for a knowledge that you probably paid more than $1,000 for. So invest as much as you want to read in yourself. So the last point for tonight is I think I've exhausted it. Yeah, I mentioned. Okay, let me go over it again. Sorry, give me a moment. I mentioned that you should build a brand and not chase clients, not just chase gigs. Build a brand. Don't just go after the next available, the next scheme, the next online scheme. There are going to be plenty of them. Trust me, they don't stop. There are going to be plenty of them. Choose one and build a brand on it. And the next thing I said, build trust. Build trust is very, very important. Create content around the trust you've built. Share your knowledge. Yeah, someone helped me that. Learn strategies that work. I think you missed out on the third point. Yeah, I think you missed out on the third point. Create content around your experience. Yeah, the third point, build network. The fourth point, learn strategies. The fifth one, build the right audience. The sixth one, fill your circle with role models. That's really important. And the seventh one, invest in yourself as much as you want to reap. I hope I did justice to the steps you need to build a global brand, and I also hope that you implement. So I've discovered that when people attend seminars, they jot, which is good, but they can never jot as much as the person that taught want them to jot. Like they can't catch everything as much as they try. So I decided to do something different this time around, and I'm going to be doing it for the first time. So I wrote an ebook just because of this class. Yeah, and I'm probably going to sell it in the future for as much as I don't know. So if you want the ebook, I'm going to give it out free just for this. This is the only place it's going out for free. Yeah, this is the only place because it was created for you guys. That's why. I'm saying after doing that for free, even if you are from here. So reach out to me on LinkedIn and just tell me you want the ebook on 7 steps to build your global brand, and I'll send it to you. If you have any question, yeah, if you have any question, I'm all yours for now. Mm-mm. I think I have a good habit of keeping to time when I'm invited to speak. I don't know. Mm. So, if you have any question, hi, Goddy. Goody goody. Wow. Thank you, Joy, for that comment.
Wow, this is like, see, guys, you guys are enjoying privilege that she's giving free ebook now. All right.
Just reach out to
Thank
me
you
on
so
LinkedIn
much.
if you
Thank
can
you.
okay, okay, and I'll give you the ebook.
Yeah. You can see on the screen to follow her on LinkedIn, Vivian Claire Okeke. So if you're
Yes.
wondering who she is on
Okay.
LinkedIn, just the screen, just check the screen and you can, send her a direct message. Connect, follow, engage with her content. I'm always wowed at her content. Like, where does this where does she how does she think? Honestly,
Yeah,
honestly.
that's another important thing. It's for people to invest in themselves and learn. Yeah. I think people make this mistake of saying show up every day. It actually should be show up better each day. So just learn as much as you can. Yeah, it's really funny that I've seen people have friends and when they need that service, they go and hire someone else. Why? Because even in the midst of friendship, no
Don't
one wants to
trust.
do their project. So you
They don't
need to
trust.
build trust. You need to build that trustworthy asset, which is your brand, and create content
Yeah,
around your experience. Share testimonials. Learn as much as you
yeah,
can. So my
yeah.
time is up, right? Oh, this
Yeah,
comment is
we're actually
really
waiting for, yeah, for questions. We're waiting for
okay. If
people
you
to
have
ask
any
questions
question,
now. Yes,
this is
so
the
now is
best time.
actually question time. So
How
we
do you
have
build a
till
brand?
9:30. We have
How
till
do you build
9:30
a
to
brand?
take
Okay,
every question.
just ask. How do you build a brand even if you don't have experience? How do you make money from your brand? This is your time to ask those questions.
All
How
right.
do you get
If
paid or
nobody
get
has questions, I have a question myself. I
yeah.
have a question. So I understand this. I think a lot of people have this question also in their mind. I even like the fact that you mentioned it as well. When you said, don't just show up consistently, but like show up better every day.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people get confused when they're saying, everybody's saying show up consistently, and not everybody has that ability to, show up. Me, I have like month long of content. I can write content every single day. Like is me, as in
Wow.
I'm a content writer, so like I don't have any issues writing content every day. Sometimes I just
Yeah.
sit and start typing just out of the blues, but not everybody
Okay.
has that kind of ability. So do
Energy,
you think
right?
that if people don't post content every day, do you think that's going to affect, should I say, people's trust, or will I say, or how fast their growth is online? Because I kind of had that issue till later. I had the understanding that some people actually post just 3 times in a week. I know someone, for example, I spoke with her recently, Blessing Kolakor. She only posts 3 times or 5 times in a week, and she's growing really fast. So, like, what do
Okay.
you have to, tell us about that?
Oh, the truth is, if you post content every day, you will get engaged, right? You will get visibility. So I'll tell you the benefits and the disadvantage. So the benefits of creating and posting content every day, especially when you have the right people in your circle, like I told you, build the right audience. You can't have job seekers in your circle and want to get results from or income from your company difficult. So if you have the right people in your circle and you show up every day, you're definitely going to get visibility. You pop up when someone needs you. Recently, I had someone for a gig. And the reason why I hired her was not because of anything, it was because it was urgent, and I just saw her content on LinkedIn that very minute. I read through the post and I saw that this content is grammatically free and error free and everything. I was like, oh, let me just go for her. There are definitely other people way better, but at that point, she showed up at the right time when I needed it. So showing visibility. But there's a con to it. The thing is, if you if you show up more than I think once a day, LinkedIn will feel like your content is being congested and they might reduce the visibility a bit. But when you have that audience already, it's still going to go up. Another thing is just make sure that the content you're posting every day has value. Yeah, it has value, it has case studies, it's sharing testimonials. Because when you, even if you show up 3 times a day and your content is full of value and it's a trustworthy asset and people can really believe in you, when they have big projects, they'll go to LinkedIn and search for your name. That's the
Very true.
difference. They'll go to LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Oh, I saw this thing and I can't just miss out on this person. We'll go to LinkedIn and search for
Mm-hmm.
your name. So those big projects, I know someone that this guy makes, if he's charging for anything, it's above $2,000. And he shows up like once in 3 months, 2 weeks. But he's not, you can't replace him because of his value, his results, and his ability to close people. So we need a
Yeah.
service. They don't even need to see his content to go for it. So ensure
Yeah.
that the content you are creating is valuable. And if you have the energy, you can show up every day. It's also good. But make sure that you show
Yeah.
up better each day.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that answer. I think I also like to add that, like, apart from the pressure you feel like when you show up online with content, like people feel that they need to, like, actually no new content, or like there is no new content anywhere. You feel
Yeah,
like, as in, where's people getting all this content from? Is there something they know that I don't know? Like, there is no new content. You can get inspired by other people's posts and add your personality to it. Just like Coach Trust mentioned, the truth is
yeah,
that your personal brand is basically just who you are, like your personality. The
yeah,
way Vivian
true,
writes is not the way I write. There is a
true.
personality to it. You would know the difference, between, like, when Vivian is writing and when I'm writing. So that's the
Yeah,
reason why you should not be copying people's content. Because when you do, you're actually going to be hampering your creativity, which means that
yeah,
you're going to be, like, hindering, like, the way your brain actually thinks. Your brain becomes automatically lazy to actually think of new ways to create things. So that's just
yeah.
one thing I would like to add. I think there's one question on YouTube for you. It said, how do you stay consistent how do you stay consistent while trying to build your brand, and how do you monetize it? Sounds like something you answered already. I
Yeah,
don't know.
true.
Okay,
So
you can just wrap up and
I-
cover the
I'm I'm
question.
sharing paid consultations here. These people have to pay. No, they just have to pay. So the thing is, you have to understand that not only your skill can you monetize, you can also monetize your knowledge. There are definitely people will reach out to you in your DMs every day and like, I like the way you write. You like someone from heaven. I like the way you do this. That's your knowledge. You can tell them, oh, you like it. That's great. I can teach you this for just a fee. If you see someone who is interested and they know that you're getting results from the kind of content you put out there, they'll pay for your knowledge.
Mhm.
That's one. Two, to monetize your skill, you need to have the right people in your network, like I said. Connect with people that can pay for your skill. And start by being your first client. Test out your knowledge. It doesn't it's not going to hurt you if you learn how to maybe run ads or do something. Just put out your content out there and test it if it actually works. Share your experience. People buy experience, case study, and testimonials. Someone that there are lots of people, freelancers every day, they're making money, the competition is high. And I told her there are lots of freelancers, but they are freelancers. There are very few people that know their job. So don't your goal should to more than your neighbor or to show up more than every other person. Your goal should be to show up better, test your knowledge, either volunteer. This really concerns me because when people volunteer, most times they are passive and the people that they volunteer for can't even recognize their name or recommend them. So your goal for joining any volunteer group or working for anybody is not just to grow the company or grow the person, it's to grow yourself and build something for yourself. Those experiences shape you more than courses or lessons will. So look out for where you can test your knowledge and share those case studies. There's something I forgot to. You can be creating content every day with CTAs like buy now, do this, do that, and people will just see it and be passing. Why? Because people can't trust what you say as much as they trust what other people says. So this thing I'm sharing, I actually tried it out. I reached out to someone and I noticed that his branding has an issue. So I just told him, okay, I can help you do it. And I'm going to do it out for free. Because I did it so good, he made a post about it. And I got 3 clients from that alone, compared to all the posts I've been making. So it's a whole lot different. You need to test your knowledge, reach out to people that you can work for, make sure you get results for them. If Goddy King posts about me tomorrow, maybe she will, I don't know, and say something like, oh, she did this, she got value, she got results. Trust me, if people see that content, more than 20 people are going to reach out to me. Maybe I don't know how many will convert, but people are going to reach out to me. Oh, I saw someone made a post about you. It's a whole lot different. So instead of focusing on creating content, focus on getting results with what you do and ensure that people can actually recommend you. Because the best type of clients remain those that they recommend or those that see the value in your content. Like I said, when people already trust you and they reach out to you, you won't hear things like send your CV to 91.1 at gmail.com, send your cover letter. And when you finish typing those cover letter, you wonder, oh, what am I going to actually create for this person? I mean, they trust you with so many questions and letters. That's part of the process. It's good. But when you have a trustworthy asset, a brand that people can trust, and you have experience, you have testimonials, people actually recommend you freely. When someone reach out to you after they've seen those testimonials, what they'll be asking is, can we discuss a project? How much is your fee? Can you share your calendar? It's different. And you will not even need to every day you see a new job post and you're like, I'm interested. 99 other people are interested. What do you want them to do? So build that brand that people can go straight to anytime. If someone needs a service and they know that this is a huge project, they can't just trust anyone. They go to LinkedIn, they type your name and they look for you. I told you guys, someone saw a flyer of 10,000 naira for website and was disappointed. There's no need to be disappointed. There are cheap products everywhere, but people still there are cheap phones everywhere, but people still choose to buy iPhone. Why? It's a brand. It's different. So focus on getting results, focus on testing your knowledge. See, it's better you spend it's better you post 3 times a week and use the other time to invest in yourself. Then work for someone and you'll make more money on LinkedIn. You'll have more trust and you have a better brand than trying to compete with every other person. Oh, this person has posted today, I've not posted. That's their business. So you should actually put your energy at the right thing and share your time. Your focus should not be to show up every day or to post consistently. Your focus should be to get results for people, share that testimonial, and also get results for yourself.
Okay.
Some question: how can I know the right person to mentor me? I've paid different people to mentor me that are doing well and making money from their brand, but I haven't gotten the right person yet. Okay, so I would have said that the people you paid are not getting results for themselves, but you also said that they are getting results for themselves, but they've not been able to get results for you. I think that's your question. Okay. So the truth is, you can't find it all unless you find yourself. That's the truth. You can't find the right mentor unless you find yourself. But keep testing out and ensure that the person you want to mentor is someone you want to be like. There are so many mentors doing different things. If I'm not interested in Amazon, KDP, or whatever network marketing is out there, I can't pay someone even if they make 10 billion naira from it, because that's not me. That's not what I want. So you have to realize that, what do you want? What are your fears? What are your goals? You need to write. My network is having issue. You need to write them down. Your goals. Just write it down. What result do you want to see from yourself? You've written down your goals. You've written down your fears. You have it in your head. Write it down. Write it down. Your goals, your fears, your strengths, your weaknesses, what you really want to achieve. What result do you want to look out for at the end of the year, the month? Then reach out to people that actually have those results. Now you can pay for course or mentors. Don't let anyone intimidate you or make you feel like you have to go for mentorship. You have to go for mentorship. You don't have to have 10 or millions of mentors. It might just be two or three. As long as you found yourself, you know what you want to achieve. Even that one or two persons, yeah. And you don't have to consume in the world. Just consume the ones you need at the moment based on your goals and the results you want to achieve. I hope I've answered that question. Elle
Yeah, I
said she
really hope
dropped the
so.
question.
We kind of have to wrap up now. If not, we're going to get locked out
Oh,
of
okay.
without any warning. So yeah, we're going to try to have maybe a question and answer session, maybe on the group chat. I think that would,
Okay.
I think that would help. Yeah, because we might not be able to
Yeah,
handle most of them live. So if you can have a question
true.
and answer session on the group chat, if you have questions, you can drop it on the group chat. The speakers are also on the group chat, so they'll be able to address it. Or if you
Yeah,
want to reach out to them personally, then you can do that. So that's not a problem. You can reach out to any one of
to
them.
ask,
You can reach out to Claire,
yeah,
reach
ask
out
all
to
your
your trust,
questions.
anyone. Yeah.
Yeah, because
So we
someone
have to
said that
wrap up for
inbox is locked.
today.
I think it's from LinkedIn. Just reach
Oh,
out to me on
okay.
WhatsApp. Join the group.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
All
and
right.
ask
So
all
thank
the
you so
questions.
much.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Claire, for tonight. Thank you so much for everything you shared. Thank you for the free ebook that we are going to be getting. Thank you so much. And thank you everyone for your time tonight. You can see that the network will behave itself today. So we really bless God for that. Thank you so much for your time. And I really hope you have a great night ahead. Make sure you click the reminder button on YouTube to remind you of tomorrow's session. Okay. And I'll see you tomorrow, same time, 8 p.m. The game plan. Good night.